Okay, so we're going to look at the ergonomics of your limber now and how to set up your limber perfect for you. Now that you've got your monitor on there, you know how to move it up and down. The key things are your height of your desktop and the height of your screen. Now with the limber, because it moves so easily, before we set up the screen, we're going to set up the height of the desktop, and it's really easy to do. All you got to do is bring it up to a height where your wrists are flat. When you're standing up nice and tall, and you can put your hands on your keyboards, you're looking for flat wrists, not kinked wrists. So for me here, I can probably bring that up a little bit higher, and that's nice and perfect. And the reason is, if I drop this down so it's too low, for instance, when I come down here, my elbows have got a little bit of a bend in them, but my wrists have a big kink in them. And when your wrists have a big kink in them like that, it's actually closing down what available space there is in your wrists for your blood vessels and your nerves and your tendons and all of the stuff in there to go through. And it makes it harder work for your fingers because they have to pull backwards as they type. And what we know is that leads to more likelihood of RSI and pain in your hands and all that kind of jazz. So making sure that it is up at a nice height so that your wrists are flat takes some of that risk away. Now you're going, well, what's the difference if it's up higher? Well, if it's up higher, you end up shrugging your shoulders for days on end trying to type. And this is a little bit traumatic, obviously, but when it's up here, you're more likely to shrug your shoulders. And what does that lead to? Tight shoulders, sore neck, niggliness, pain, none of that stuff we actually want in our lives, and none of the reasons you bought a limber. So we're going to bring it to the perfect height. Elbows are relaxed down by your side. When you put your hand on your keyboard, your wrists are nice and flat. And then from there, what the next step is to look up at your monitor. And what you should find is that your monitor is nice and in front of you. It's a rough science here. The top third of your monitor should be about where your eyes are. So your eyes should be in line with the top third of your monitor. Some people work with they just naturally rest their eyes at the bottom of the screen. If that is you, then you might need to lift it up a little bit higher, because the ultimate game with the monitor is that where your eyes end up focusing is where your posture ends up going. So if you're working down here on a laptop and your eyes are here, you tend to hunch and tend to kind of crumble a little bit. As you look and looking down, your eyes are down, head comes down, body rolls forward, no good. When your eyes are up, your head is up, your posture is up, and your spine is being looked after a bit more. So when you're setting up your monitor, make sure you're standing up really tall as you can be, to make sure that is set at the right height. Because if you're standing, you're probably going to start to sink a little bit, you're probably going to start to fatigue a little bit, and that's going to make it particularly if your screen is low, you're going to crumble and fatigue a little bit more. But when your monitor's up nice and high, it's a moment by moment prompt that you need to stand up tall, and you're more likely to do it, and your body's more likely to respond well and feel better for it. Set up your desktop height for you. That wrist is key, making sure it's nice and flat with your elbows relaxed by your side, shrugging of the shoulders and T-rexing at the computer, and then set up your monitor height so that you can stand up tall and be prompted to stand up tall all day, every day, and look after your body and feel great and get so much more work done and be so successful and just rock life generally. All right, let me know how it goes.